Okay, so this is the first of perhaps, perchance, many. Um, I don't know what you might call this. This is a hole in the wall. We're gonna fix that someday. But this is me folding my thoughts and folding my laundry. So, what I'm gonna do right now is just talk and work. And whatever pops into this inquisitive, exploring mind of mine, I'm going to share with you. So let's go for a ride. Okay, I've been thinking a lot the past couple of years, actually, about, yeah, what life is supposed to be and what I'm supposed to do in it. And what I find is that menial tasks such as folding the laundry, is really purposeful. It's repetitive and it's kind of like, you know, running. What you do when you run is you put one foot in front of the other and you start to feel a movement, start to feel flow in life, in things, in doing. And by doing, then you are doing. You're not what you're doing, you're doing something. You are in the moment. Excuse me. And instead of just being up here, you are present. And I like the word present, like, it is a present. It's a bit of a cliche to talk about present that way, but if you give yourself into the moment, then there are endless of possibilities of viewing that moment and being present in it. And that's a wonderful thing. I cannot say that I live my life like that all the time. That might be obnoxious as well, because, you know, being here now all the time, for some people could mean that you were supposed to, like, go around telling people, you're supposed to be here now, you're supposed to be right here right now, don't go in there, don't go in your thoughts, be here. And that seems kind of like a bit a bit aggressive and on the edge, and not really on the point of what I would like to be flowing through life, in the movement, in the folding of the laundry, or the movement of walking, or taking care of my daughter. There's the thing. I'm a full-time father right now. I am at home, folding laundry, cleaning, doing dishes, preparing some food when I'm allowed, because my culinary skills are not up to the standards of my wife. But I can't really improve my culinary skills unless I exercise them, and that's a bit of a problem. But nonetheless, sometimes I can flex my muscles in the kitchen, and it's fun. It's also fun, if I try to view it that way, to change my daughter's diapers. If I let myself experience the changing of the diaper as something fun, instead of something full of shit, which is what it is. It's manure, but it's not. It's her body processing the food that I've given her, and it works. Her body works, and her waste products are actually an exhibit of her body functioning, and also a part of life. It's part of the circle. And if I can be in gratitude of that as I change my daughter's diaper, well, then it's a glorious moment and not one where I'm standing like this, which I sometimes do. It's well, the folding of the thoughts have now entered another area, which these actually are cloth diapers. We don't use them for anything other than just her lying on this as I change her diaper, but they're really useful, and we've been using them ever since she was a small baby. Well, there are other moments where I would like to be more intensely there instead of trying to be just one step ahead or 2 steps, or I'm like when we are on our way out. My son, he's 7 years old and he's a first grader, he attends schools in a Waldorf school, and when we wake up in the morning and we have our routine and he needs to go outside to get to the car and we have to commute, there's like a 30-minute drive there. Sometimes we have a carpool with some other people, but anyway, the change of tempo and scenery is one where I tend to have issues with being at peace, because I have to go from being here to here. And the process, the step is when I'm in the process of becoming more comfortable with. It's there's a lot of steps to it. Actually, there's just one, but if I can manage that one, then I'm great. And that's to breathe and be in the moment and relax, and also have enough time. And I tend to be, my brother calls it a time optimist, where you just kind of like think that, yeah, we used to live together, me and my brother, and we had a 3-minute bike ride to the train station. And what he would do is that he would sit on his computer. I'm using him as an example instead of me, so I can be like, I'm not like that. It's only my brother, but I'm just as bad. But this is an example. He would sit on the computer and be ready to jump out of his clothes, in his clothes, out of the door, down the stairs, run to the bike. So he could time it just as he had exactly 3 minutes from he left his chair to going onto the train. And of course, that doesn't leave a big margin for error. And it actually it makes it difficult to be in the moment, because you are anticipating a moment coming towards you and grabbing onto the moment you're in and trying to squeeze as much meaning out of it instead of being in the flow of things. That's what I would like to be when I'm in that situation. So when I'm in the flow of things, when I have... Let me give you an example. Yesterday, right now, currently I live in Denmark, and we have a huge amount of snow. I can just turn this around. You can see there's a lot of snow. Compared to Denmark, not compared to Sweden or Norway or Canada or whatever. But compared to Denmark, there's a lot of snow. And there's snows on the road, there's snow on a driveway. We have a no, 300 yards driving, and it's full of snow, so I had to shovel. But on the freeway, we were stuck. We were stuck for 20 minutes. And I'm sitting there with my son and the child, his best friend from school with whom we commute and do the carpool, and his sister. So I'm sitting there with 3 children and trying to explain that we don't know when we'll go further. And instead of just panicking and being mad about traffic and being mad about the way things are, well, I start to tell stories and have fun with them and make this a moment that this is enjoyable. And I tend to have a better understanding of being in the moment in those situations than in the situations where things are supposed to go the way they are supposed to go. Because maybe I have a tendency that it's much easier to relax and say, oh, things didn't go as planned, so let's just relax. Instead of thinking, I would like things to go as planned, so I'm relaxing beforehand. I don't know. These are just thoughts. I have a bit more laundry, so a bit more thoughts to share with you. And let's just see how it goes. Well, anyway, what I like to do also is pair socks, which is a seemingly redundant, but not really redundant, because you need socks in pairs, otherwise you're Pippi Longstockings. But that's fun too. But anyway, sometimes when my daughter is here with me and folding clothing together, folding the laundry, then we just pour out all our single socks and try to pair them. And that's a very meditative thing to do, because you can't rush it. Or I can, at least. Not with the 2-year-old. No, she's not 2. She's 20 months. So she's 1 year and 8 months. Yeah. Not really great at doing math while folding. Well, anyway, it's fun to do it with her because she can just throw the socks around and she can just do whatever. And I can sit there on the floor with her, just being present. And that's great. I don't really know what else to tell you right now. Yeah. Oh, I could tell you that she's sleeping. And that's a wonderful thing, because usually she only takes naps for around 20 minutes or 30 minutes or even 10 minutes. But I have to listen out for her because our alarm is out of battery. But anyway, she's sleeping. Not anymore. And on that note, goodbye and thank you for your time. See you sometime later.